Good morning, students. Today's a social revision. We are going to discuss about the Indian Constitution. So, in this Constitution, we are going to discuss about or revising about the making of Constitution and what are the salient features of the Constitution and what are the fundamental rights and what fundamental duties we have. So, these are the things we are going to discuss in this revision class. And first one is the making of Indian Constitution. The Constitution was came to force on 26th January 1950, and before this it took number of years. So here in the Constitution Assembly, that means the cabinet mission, 1946, the assembly consisted of 389 members, that means representing the provinces of 292 and state 93. The chief commissioner provinces 3 and Balochistan. So these are the states, and another one the representing provinces in the before making the constitution. But here the Sachidananda Sinha, the oldest member, was elected as the temporary president of the assembly. So while the work was in the progress, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha died. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of assembly. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as the temporary president of this assembly, and later after the death of Sachidananda Sinha, Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of the assembly, and another one, Krishnamachari, Mukherjee, were the other presidents. And finally the assembly decided to drafting a constitution for a country. The making of constitution, the responsibility was given to the Dr. Ambedkar for making constitution for our future, that means future India. After the draft had been discussed by the people, the press, provincial assemblies and the others, constitution was finally adopted on November 26 and 1949. Mark it, it's very important. The constitution was finally adopted on November 26 and 1949. Contained a preamble 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. These are the original constitution in the beginning. So you can see that it was adopted, constitution was adopted in November 26, 1949, but it came to force in the 26th January 1950. This is known as the Republic Day. It is being observed every year. So you can see that Prem Behari Narain Raizada was the calligrapher of Indian Constitution. The original Constitution was handwritten by him in a following italic style. Prem Behari Narain Raizada was the calligrapher. The எழுதினவர் கையால் எழுதினவர் இவர் தான். நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுங்க. Prem Behari Raizada Narain Raizada. So you can see the salient features. So the salient features of Indian Constitution, it is the lengthiest of all the written constitution of the world. It has borrowed most of its provisions from the constitutions of various countries. It is partly rigid and partly flexible. It established a federal system of government. It makes India as a secular state. So these are the salient features. And another one, the preamble. The term preamble refers to the introduction of preface to constitution. It consists of the ideals, objectives and the basic principles of the constitution. So preamble, it is like an introduction. It is a first page of the constitution. So it gives all the details about the constitution in the introduction. And another one, the citizenship, how a person get a citizenship, Indian citizenship. The constitution also described about the citizenship, and here the article are given. Article 5 to 11 under part 2 of the constitution dealt with the citizenship. So citizen, Indian citizen ஆகிறதுக்கு என்னென்னலாம் வழிமுறைகள் இருக்குது அப்படின்றதுக்கான the constitution கொடுத்துருக்கு பாருங்க. Acquisition of citizenship. First one is the by birth, by descent, by registration, by naturalization, and another one by incorporation of territory. So these are the 5 ways a citizen can get the citizenship. And also it provide the loss of citizenship, how the person can lost his citizenship. These are the citizenship built from the constitution, the article 5 to 11. And all the fundamental rights also given. So we have the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights, article 12 to 35 deal the fundamental rights. So these are the fundamental rights. Right to constitutional remedies, article 32. The article 32 is called the heart and soul of our constitution, because a person can get its rights from this article 32. In the fundamental rights, there are as given the guardian of the constitution. So it is the Supreme Court is called the guardian of our constitution. According to Dr. Ambedkar, article 32 is the heart and soul of the constitution. The first one is, what are the things constitution has, the article 32 has. So it has, you can see already, you see that, you can see the constitutional remedy. 32 dealt about the constitutional remedy. First one is habeas corpus, and second one is mandamus and prohibition, certiorari and quo warranto. So quo warranto is the last one. So these are the 5 important things, and that means the provisions of our constitution. And the suspension of fundamental rights. So we have the fundamental rights, but in the fundamental rights can be suspended by our government when it is suspended. That means when the president makes a proclamation of emergency under article 352. There are many emergencies, 3 emergencies: state emergency, financial emergency and central emergency. That means union emergency. These 3 emergencies are here. And the article 52 describes about the emergency. The freedoms guaranteed under article 19 are automatically suspended. So you can discuss about the article 39. So here the article 39 automatically suspended when the president proclaimed the national emergency. The president can suspend other fundamental rights through specific order. This order must be approved by the parliament, and apart from this, the president can suspend the other fundamental rights during the emergency. For that, the order must be approved by the parliament. In the parliament, the both houses of the parliament. So you can see that fundamental rights and the directive principles of the state policy. And what are the fundamental rights and what are the directive principles it has. So you can see the rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion and cultural and educational rights, and the right to constitutional remedies. So these are the rights of our fundamental rights. These are the fundamental rights and guaranteed in our constitution. So here the right to property, article 31 was deleted from list of fundamental rights by the 44th Amendment Act of 1978. It is made a legal right under article 300A in part 12 of the constitution. So before this, the right to property is a fundamental right, and after that in 1978 by making the amendment in 44th amendment, the right to property was deleted from the fundamental rights and it made as a legal right. And directive principles and fundamental duties. If you have the fundamental rights, likewise the same things you have the fundamental duty, and we have a fundamental duty. And also there is a emergencies are given: state emergency and financial emergency and national emergency. So national emergency in 352, article 352 dealt about the national emergency, and state emergency dealt about the 356, and financial emergency in the 360, article 360 dealt about the financial emergency. So amendment of the constitution also given. The constitutional reform commissions also made to improve the and fulfill the need of the people. And there is a question answers are given. The what is the constitution? These are the very important, very important one. Study it. Don't waste your time. Already I sent a question answer. Mm, and another one, the central government. So what are the administrative wings in the central government? So these are the things also we discussed already. The central government has the three main body: executive, legislature, judiciary. These are the three main administrative wing. The executive has the president of India, vice president or prime minister, council of ministers, and legislature has the parliament. In the parliament they have two houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. In the Rajya Sabha there are 250 members, 238 are elected by the state assemblies and the other 12 are nominated by the president. And the Lok Sabha election 545 members are there. In the 543 are elected by the people directly through election, and 2 are nominated by the president, though belong to the Anglo-Indian community. And another one, the judiciary. In the judiciary, Supreme Court of India is the head of our judicial department, and another one, the Chief Justice of India, and other judges of 27. So these are the administrative pattern and three wings of our government. And also president, what are the powers and the functions of the president also given, and the qualification of the president, and what are the powers he has. These are the things given. And vice president and prime minister, and so already we discussed. And cabinet ministers, and the parliament of India, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and the qualification of the member of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. And also we discussed attorney general, what is the role of attorney general and what are the important thing of attorney general also we discuss. And appointment of judges, and the role of Supreme Court, and qualification of a Supreme Court, who appoint the Supreme Court. These are the things we discussed. So study carefully, don't waste your time. Okay children, if you have any doubt you can contact me in my personal number. Thank you.